Hello, everyone. It's Pat with our Oracle card reading and messages for this upcoming week. Today is the 9th of December, so this will be going right on up through the the weekend around the 14th, 15th, as I usually do for each week. So for today's reading, I'm going to start off like I do with an Archangel Oracle card, which I have picked for today or for this week. And then I was drawn to the mermaids. I used to, when I did a daily card reading, I used to do Mermaid Mondays, and I remembered that today. It was so funny. And so I went and decided to pull those out. And then I also reached for the Akashic Tarot. I haven't used these in a while. They're kind of fun. Sometimes when I've used them, I try to tune into what's going on in the world as well as, but they have a lot to show us sometimes in there. They bring a different kind of interesting energy to the reading. So one of the things that I know we have going on this week is a full moon. It's on around 11th, 12th, I guess, depending on where you are in the world. Full moons bring light to things. They bring culmination to things. And it's on 12, around the 12/12 date, which I know because of the double numerology there has a lot of significance for people. So, and we're also, as I understand, I'm not a huge astrological expert, but we are entering into eclipse season, and there's a bigger eclipse coming up at the end of the month around a new moon, which the eclipse is always, it's kind of like having what is a normal astrological event, but it's kind of like having it on steroids. Amps up its power quite a bit. So anyways, for this coming week, when I pulled out the Archangel for the week, we have Raguel with this message of relationship harmony. And it says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved, and that arguments and conflicts are now being resolved. So, as I understand with full moons too, they're very much about relationships. So I guess it's not a surprise that Raguel would show up for us this week. One, letting us know that it's a good time and that he's overseeing, issues in our relationships that we may be resolving this week. Archangel Raguel is a great angel to work with. He does help very much to heal and resolve arguments, disagreements, legal issues, things of that nature. So where he's overseeing our week, his energies can be called upon in any relationship that you're having difficulty with to help make it more harmonious, so that the hearts of everyone involved are open and balanced and fair, so things go more harmoniously. But the Archangel also heralds what's going on for the week, what the energies are for the week, which is, you might find that people are talking things out a little bit more, or if you've had a tiff with someone, that they're maybe in a space where they're more willing to talk it out with you and just saying, let's just put this behind us, and going forward we'll be more mindful of this. And I hope certainly if you've had a relationship issue that's what happens for you this week. But it's certainly, the opportunity for that looks good with Archangel Raguel overseeing the week. And it doesn't matter what the relationship is. It could be a relationship with a person. It could be your relationship with your employer, with your relationship to your own business, to your finances. The elements are in play to bring some harmonious energies there, to mend and resolve any difficulties so that you can move forward in a more balanced, more harmonious way. So that is better for you and for everybody involved. So just know that Archangel Raguel is overseeing things that way this week. Now, with the mermaids, let's see what we got. So for the beginning of the week, we've got synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. And what I like about this image, aside from the beautiful crystals that are there, is that the dolphins in it are crossing paths. They're like crossing over each other, which is oftentimes something that happens when there are synchronistic events going on. You cross paths with somebody and you might be like, oh my God, I was just thinking of them. So it's that kind of thing. There's events that are coming into play at the beginning of the week that even if you can't see how it's all going to come together yet, it's kind of, there's just, or how the events are going to play out. But it just means that, things are happening synchronistically. I mean, they're, for wherever you're at right now, whatever you've been doing up to this point, whatever maybe work you've been doing on yourself, maybe if you've been trying to manifest things in your life, new conditions or something like that, that whatever you've been doing towards that, you've drawn to you synchronistic events that are going to help bring it into being. So trust your own guidance on that. I also feel like for some of you, it's synchronistic opportunities that are coming your way. I feel like I want to say opportunity is knocking, okay? And so synchronistic events can be really fun. I love watching them play themselves out. So I'm excited that it kind of starts our week. And I'd love to hear your stories too about what synchronistic events happened for you, okay? The next card that we've gotten is the Have Faith. And this mermaid is literally jumping out of the water with excitement and hopefulness. It says, your prayers are manifesting, so remain positive and follow your guidance. So, midweek, this is like, you have reason to keep your hopes up. And actually it's encouraging you to do just that. Your mood is uplifted. You're feeling very buoyant. Like you could, there's like an excitement around, you can kind of see things coming together from those synchronicities. Okay. So, even if you're in a troubling situation with somebody in a relationship that needs to get resolved, they're urging you to keep your hopes up, keep up your optimism. That's what we're doing midweek. We're reminding ourselves to have faith, to trust that things are going to work out okay, one way or the other. All right. And as the mermaids come for the end of the week, we got this consultant expert card. So more information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. So oftentimes when this card comes up, it just is an indication that either at that time or if their angels are sending you a message, it just means that it's time to seek out like literally a professional. It could be you need to find a lawyer or a doctor or some professional who is an expert more so than you. But in this case, it just could be, an expert could be someone who's gone through a similar experience to what you have, that's been through it before. So they are technically more of an expert than you. And you're seeking out that person for their advice. Hey, what do you do about this? What do you do about that? You're a professional. You see this all the time, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just an indication that either it's a realization that you need to deal with someone professional with whatever the situation is that you're in, or, whatever opportunities have come your way, you need to talk to someone who's a professional about it. Or you're just doing some kind of, a little bit of research, doing your due diligence by talking to people who are more knowledgeable than what you are. So that's all. It's just saying, as the card indicates, more information is needed. So as you get to the weekend, you might be excited about events that have taken place, or, you've seen the synchronicities play out. But you're kind of in a space where it's like, no, we need someone else to take a look at this, a second set of eyes. Or, someone who understands all the legal details of something. Okay. So that's what that's about from the mermaids. All right. These I feel like are more personal to us. I'm sure there's going to be some synchronistic events going on in the world too. All right. So from the Akashic Tarot, there was 4 cards that got pulled out, that I pulled out. And I'll just show you them in sequence so you can, and then I'll go into each one. So first we got the Light of the World at the beginning, okay? Then we had the Ark of the Covenant and Commitment that came out. I think these two kind of came out together. And then Archangel Michael came out for the end as the last card. So I tend to think of the Akashic records as more of a, not just what's going on for us personally, but also kind of giving us a bit of insight into what's going on into the world in a very, the images on the cards, at least for me, kind of show a very obvious message. Okay. So the first thing that stands out to me is that on either end, we have beings of light. Okay, we have this one at the beginning, the light of the world, and this one at the end, Archangel Michael, who is an archangel of, love and light. So the light of the world, we are at the beginning of the holiday season, specifically the Christmas season. The Christianity considers Jesus the light of the world. And in this image, he's, you can see the halo and everything and the lantern. He's coming in to light the way, and he's knocking at the door. And I get again that sense, that same sort of sense I got from the synchronicity card, that opportunity is knocking. There's synchronistic events coming together where, and it may be, it's that it's an opportunity for you to step up and bring more light to the world. Okay. The Ark of the Covenant and the Commitments card have to do with contracts and our commitments to them. All right. Sometimes when this has come up in other card readings that I've done, asking about, what's going on in our world politics and stuff like that. I did a reading before on what was going to happen with our current president and what were the issues that were going to be. And this card came out, and I knew instantly when I saw it that part of what was going to get him into trouble was issues with his commitment to the Constitution of the United States, because this, to me, that's what that represented, the Constitution of the United States. But it's also, and when I look at this in terms of, what's going on in the world and what is being brought to light, to me, this feels like stuff going on with the Saudis that may come to light, okay? And it may just be, it's like the Ark of the Covenant is about in a very spiritual way, is about our contract with God. But we can also get there are other messages just by the imagery that come to us, just by the imagery that's on the cards. And to me, when I look at this, I get a sense of the Saudis, and that something's coming to light about, unspoken or not public agreements or something that were made to them, or that they're involved with somehow. And again, it comes up with the question of the commitment to the Constitution. For us personally, this oversees maybe any legal or written contracts that we may be involved with, or that we are stepping into making, okay? Or ones that we're either stepping into making or ones that we've made in the past. I mean, this could even be, marriage contracts, and prenuptial agreements, things like that, okay? So stuff is being brought to light about it. And at the end, we have Archangel Michael, who's here with children. And so he's, lending courage and protection to children. And this image, the little boy is like reaching up to him as though, an Archangel Michael's about to pick him up. So he's lifting up, helping to lift up the children in the world and guarding them. And anytime a card comes in like that with Archangel Michael, it's symbolic of, courage, and maybe it's courage of your convictions and commitments, but courage to move forward fearlessly and knowing that you're safe and protected as you do so. But it's an uplifting energy for courage and forward movement, Michael is truly, he's one of the easiest archangels to feel. And he has a very fiery energy. So it's, you can feel very warm when his energies are around. Suddenly very warm. But Archangel Michael gives us courage to move forward. He can bring ideas to us and help us through any kind of troubling times, and helps us to let go of our fears, okay? To help cut them away and to detach from dramas and move forward courageously. So again, an interesting week with what's coming up. For some of you, if you've been in a difficult relationship where it's a marriage or a long-term relationship with somebody, full moons do bring culmination, and sometimes the harmonious resolution that Archangel Raguel oversees is that you both come to an awareness and it's time for it to come to an end. And that can be very sad, especially around the holiday season, but it can allow you, in the sense that it brings light, in the sense that it can allow you both to move forward peacefully. So we have the light, and there's a lot of light coming in, and that's what full moons do. They shine light on things. They illuminate things. So it feels like a very positive week with a lot of energy behind it. But sometimes those energies can be a bit intense. And when the light gets shined on things, it shines it on the good, as well as, what's we might consider not so good as well, or what isn't working for us anymore. But in either case, it spurs forward movement. It spurs personal growth. It spurs spiritual growth, both for us individually and for the world at large. And if you recall, in the reading for December, we had Archangel Raziel overseeing us this month with spiritual understanding, raising our level of understanding, raising our spiritual vibration, and our understanding of the bigger picture of things. Okay. Now, as I recall also from that monthly reading, this week was a week of good news. We had Archangel Gabriel in the second week with this happy news message. I do remember that from that reading. So I think in general, for us personally and in the world at large, we'll be getting some happy news. Okay, they'll be glad to hear. So anyways, those are the messages and the cards that we've got for this week. I'd love to hear your stories if you have any about what synchronicities have happened for you. And I'll share mine too if I can. So anyways, thank you all for watching so much. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care and have a great week.